guys, welcome back to your channel TNN. Today we will be discussing about most unwelcoming tribes throughout the world. Before that, if you like the content flow of our videos, make sure to subscribe to our channel. A small support from you all will mean a lot to us. So let's get started. There are many tribes which are completely isolated from the rest of the world and are planning to remain so. They don't want outsiders inside their community or let people know about them. They love their isolation and if contacted by intruders, they get extremely violent, which results into severe injuries, even death sometimes. Here are some of those kinder tribes. Sentinelese. Chow isn't the first person to be killed by the Sentinelese after invading their island, which is forbidden for strangers to arrive on. According to the Survival International, members of the tribe executed 2 poachers who have been illegally fishing in the waters surrounding their home island, North Sentinel Island, after their boat drifted ashore in 2006. 2 years earlier, in the aftermath of the devastating 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, a member of the tribe was pictured on the island's beach, throwing arrows at the helicopter deployed to check on their well-being. Expeditions were undertaken to the regular island on a regular basis in the 1980s and 1990s, and gifts were routinely left for its people. But these have since vanished. According to India's 2011 census, there were only 15 Sentinelese left on the island. According to India's Ministry of Tribal Affairs, the government has maintained an eye-on and hands-off approach to guarantee that poachers do not enter North Sentinel Island. Next we have Kawahiva. For decades, this tribe left tools and fragments for their dwellings as the only traces to their presence as they moved to Mato Grosso, Brazil. However, in 2013, a Brazil government official happened into the group and captured them on tape for the first time. Members of the tribe are shown walking through the forest nude and wielding arrows before fleeing when they notice an outsider nearby. However, this was not the first time the Kawahiva had interaction with the people from the outside world. There are supposed to be a little more than 30 remaining. The person continued, the others having been slaughtered by campers and loggers, and their future is uncertain as the land surrounding the region is gradually being cleared for agricultural purposes. Their position is perhaps the most urgent presently of any uncontacted group, he noted, since the section of Brazil where they dwell is highly dangerous. Javari River Valley Tribe. Another uncontacted tribe in the Amazon was captured on film for the first time in August. A drone camera captured tribespeople in the Javari River Valley, but none seemed to recognize their watcher. One of the people is holding a spear, while 4 or 5 others are standing near what appears to be a thatched hut. Many of the world's uncontacted communities live along the Brazil-Peru border. It's not that they haven't had touch with the outside world. They have interaction with other groups nearby, and they may be friends or married into them, says Ivan Kilik, a senior anthropology lecturer at the University of Sussex who has researched tribes in the area. Next we have is Zinan. Unlike other uncontacted tribes, this group initiated their first contact with the outside world. An incredible film released Brazil's National Indian Foundation, FUNAI, depicts tribesmen in Peru leaving their homes to request bananas from adjacent people. One of the young men inquires of Brazilian officials, Rani me mutha, which means, where are your women? Giancarlo Ronaldo, a University of Virginia anthropologist who has studied the tribe, it appears in those videos. It is also possible to observe a young man holding firearm, which was allegedly taken from a group of strangers, went into their domain. These individuals, like many other Amazonian indigenous people, are bow hunters, he noted. They also cultivate gardens, the mainstay of which is corn. Though they also cultivate yucca and plantains. They also fish and gather forest items such as mushrooms, fruit, medical plants, and palm leaves for roofing. Their customary way of life is to dwell in long houses built on hilltops. Since that meeting, FUNAI agents have relocated the Zinane to a nearby village. Waorani. In 1987, a Roman Catholic bishop and a nun seeking to spread the word of God were killed by the Waorani, a group of Native Amerindians in Ecuador, in a manner similar to chows. The tribespeople brutally sacrificed Bishop Agendaro Levaca and Sister Ines Arango, pinning their bodies to the ground with 21 wooden spears and stuffing their wounds with leaves to stop blood flowing, according to the Washington Post at the time. According to the Survival International, the majority of the tribe has subsequently been contacted and many have been forced to evacuate owing to oil prospecting on their territory. The Teromina, a small branch of the Waorani who have been remained uncontacted, have occasionally clashed with the group, most notably in 2013. When two Waorani tribespeople were murdered by a member of Tarominane group. Iorio. While the majority of the 1,000-strong Iorio tribe has been contacted and incorporated into mainstream civilization, Survival International claims that the final few people who have stayed scheduled are the last remaining uncontacted tribe in the South America outside of the Amazon. In the 1970s, American fundamentalist missionary missions would locate their campus from afar and make contact, forcing many of the group to flee into the jungle. Several people died in those interactions and many Ioria perished later as a result of infection, Mazova explained. That's it for the day. For more information like this, keep following us and keep a track on our updates by clicking that bell icon below. Thank you.